topic. UFC fighters pay rate.
In my opinion, they're getting paid exactly what they should be getting paid for.
The most they get paid, I think the highest they can get paid is $3 million.
Yeah, I mean, so the average fighter right now, at least 38% of fighters make six figures.
Do they?
Yeah, they make $147,000 a year, and that's 28%. That's 28%. There's a lot of fighters in the UFC, in MMA period and everything, right?
That's not enough. But you see, because the thing is that they're kind of like Vince McMahon with the WWE, is that they can't really make money off of.
But that's their own. That's their responsibility. For marketing, sponsors, that's your responsibility. We'll pay you the salary for each fight because when you first get out.
What I'm saying is that they have control of your sponsorships and everything.
Well, no, I mean, like if you get a sponsor from Nike, they can't stop you from doing that.
Yes, they can.
They can stop you from getting sponsors?
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta look that up. I didn't know that, man. I didn't know they can stop you from getting sponsors. I mean, I know they're sponsored by Reebok, I think still, but I didn't think because ain't McGregor with McGuinness beer?
Yeah, see, but thing about him, he broke the bank. When he fought Floyd, he got what, like 30 million, something like that. And
I thought he made like 200 million.
Yeah, he probably did, but UFC, they got a lot of money off of that too.
Yeah.
So he broke the bank.
Even when he came back to UFC, he had a $3 million fight.
No, yeah, they gave him more than 3. They had to.
Well, this base is 3, and then he ended up getting the pay-per-view, some of the pay-per-view.
I call bullshit. He got more than that because, like I said, he broke the bank with Floyd. He got over 30 million. So why am I coming back for 3?
Because he wanted to come back. Yeah, they didn't pay him more than 3 million.
Oh, fuck that. They paid him more.
Yeah. Because that's the highest you can get paid for a fight. He's the first one in history.
If I'm McGregor, I ain't getting out of bed for 3 million. Not anymore.
McGregor's McGregor. That's why nobody understands. He's fucking crazy. He came back to fight in UFC for 3 million. Yeah, it's crazy, right? But that's
look that up because
he came to fight I think the first fight after Mayweather, after he made 200 million. Like they made 5. It was more than the Pacquiao fight. So they both made it was 500 million in the Pacquiao fight, and they split it. And then this one was 400 million, so they both made 2 something. And then when he came back to the UFC, he broke a record by a $3 million fight.
Let's see.
Because I think the record for most pay is 3 million in UFC, and that was Conor McGregor.
Let's see. He signed a 6-fight deal with the UFC. So,
but what was the fight when he came back? I gotta research that.
Yeah,
because the record in UFC is 3 million, and that's Conor McGregor. The biggest pot was 3 million, and that Conor McGregor made 3 million off a UFC fight.
All right, let me see.
That's the most in a UFC fight.
Okay.
The least is 10 grand, 5 to 10 grand, depending on where you're at. Yeah, because that's what a lot of guys are doing. So when you first start out, you only make 10 grand a fight. You know what I mean? You can make up to 10 to 30 grand a fight. So that's why, All
right. So the average contract for fighters is 148.
Okay. Yeah. So 140K.
148K. Bonuses and base salary, can add up.
That's why they have the new stuff like fight of the night, knockout of the night, stuff like that.
At the lowest end, they can make between 10,000 to 30,000.
Yeah.
And that's bullshit because in boxing, no, I'm just saying. That's why
boxing.
That's what I'm saying. That's why they're making all these celebrity boxing matches. That's why Tyron Woodley made that.
but here's the thing: boxing gets all its money off of pay-per-view and their sponsorships. You know what I mean? That's why they're willing. That's why they're able to pay those boxers millions of dollars. It's not like boxing. Yes, it's a sport, but what comes with everything about it, like that's why they take the pay-per-view. That's why they're able to go get sponsors. Nobody's stopping them from getting sponsors.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's like Mayweather made him and Pacquiao made 500 million. You know what I mean? Like that was based off, you know, half of that shit was probably based off pay-per-view. They got a cut of pay-per-view. Everybody saw it.
Yeah.
Ticket sales, pay-per-view, merch, and everything. They get a piece of everything. Everything that's sold for that 6 months. Like Canelo and Plant and them boys is making dough on anything. Commercials, merchandise, sponsorships. This dude got a Modelo contract. You know, you seen his little Modelo, you know, commercials and stuff on TV. Like these cats make pretty good money.
All right. Yeah. Let's see. Look at how much paid despite Conor McGregor losing to Dustin Poirier in January 2021, Conor took home a jaw-dropping 22 mil.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he took home 22 mil.
What did UFC pay him?
That's what they paid him.
They paid him $22 million. What did Poirier get?
Let's see. Last fight, January. Means for 2 fights, he only had 3 cents. Doesn't say. But he probably only got 3 million.
I think he got that based off pay-per-view. I think he got most of that money off pay-per-view. I think UFC paid him a base pay, and then they split the pay-per-view with him. Because that's where UFC gets all their money, is the pay-per-view. I don't think necessarily like they're paying these guys base salaries, giving them bonuses for fight of the night and everything like that. And then the mega fights and everything, they're giving them a cut of the pay-per-view. Because oh boy, the African cat, he's worth $6 million now. Like he was poor as shit. Now he's $6 million.
Yeah, well, he only getting 3 million a fight, so.
Yeah, he's only like right now he's only getting $6 million. So they probably only gave him.
If he was a boxer, he would have getting paid like 20 million.
That's why he said if the money doesn't go up, he's gonna go to boxing.
Yeah, I
don't know how that's gonna work, but
they're getting pennies on the dollars for these fighters, and the UFC fighters they have they're able to create a bigger name for themselves.
Like I see it starting out, but I guess when you make champion and everything like that, like okay, there has to be a pay bump, but UFC is making like okay, you convinced me, okay, because I think the base salary 6 figures, but then I think to myself what old boy said talking about he going broke because he has to pay for training, and I'm thinking like man, you made $6 million.
Man, that training costs, man.
Yeah, that does. I would want to get paid to get punched in the face.
you know that's yearly training, especially when you go to these mixed martial arts gyms. That shit costs.
Yeah, I signed up for Ohana, and that was $147 a month, and that was only I did everything. I even bought my gi and everything like that stuff. I think first initial sign up was over like $300 and something because you had to buy your gi, and then it was $147 for the rest in a contract. Like you couldn't break it or some shit like that. It was like a 12-month, 6-month contract. I don't know what it was, but it was $147 a month. And I only went in there. I went in there for only kickboxing because I wasn't a wrestler. So I just went there for the Thai boxing. And then, so I probably went, maybe 2-3 times a week. But then I was like, I got beat up. So I had to take some time off to have my body rest. You know what I mean? So that 147 caught up to my ass. Yeah, that was this 147. If you wanted to train or something like that, if you wanted a trainer, that's another. They were only charging like I think $50. So you're thinking about if you go 147 for all the classes available. Then you're paying for a trainer for $50. That's just on my level. I'm just talking about my level. You know, I can see how, yeah, that shit is expensive as shit.
Yeah, because that's what Paige Van Zant was talking about. That's why she left because she was making more on Instagram than her in her fights.
Yeah. Who left?
Paige Van Zant, she's like a female mixed martial arts fighter. I mean, she fought in UFC for a couple years, but she's very cute. But she left because she was making more on Instagram than her fights. So
Got to start somewhere, son. I mean, girl. I mean, like I understand you got to start somewhere, but even shit, I don't even know how much Tyson got on his first fight.
I don't know, but she said, "I'm here for a reason. I was in the UFC for 6 years, getting paid 40,000 to perform."
That's too little.
40,000?
I don't know, man. You tell my ass to fight for 40,000. I'm in there. I'm in there today.
Yeah, but I'm saying after a year.
If they tell me, hey, the if you win, you get 50 grand. If you lose, you get 10. I'm still going to fight.
Yeah, but after a year, you'll be like, hey, this ain't working. I need more money. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? After you've been doing it for a while, you're like, hey, man.
I figure if I lose 5 times in a month, that's 50 grand. That's paying my debt off. If I go 0-5, at least I got my debt paid off. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because matter of fact, she earns 10 more from her UFC contract from Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship.
So, damn. I mean, I'm not, I guess, I mean, like, I don't know about the women part. Maybe that's sexist as hell, but you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm like, I can understand them coming up, but I guess when they do get to the certain point in their career where they should be getting paid more, yes.
Well, if you have a name, if you build a name for yourself, you should be able to,
I think they should just let them market themselves.
Yeah.
I think they should not stop them from getting sponsors and everything and making money on the side. So my thing is this, like, even with the 6 figures, say for instance, he gets a contract or he gets a sponsor from Skittles or some shit. They pay him $5 million just to do their shit. Then I think everything would be all right. I don't think people would necessarily complain. But I didn't know they stopped them. They couldn't go get sponsors. They couldn't go like, hey, because there's a lot of people that would sign people to like McGregor. Like, well, no, that's not true because this new guy named Patty something just got sponsored by Barstool, but they only paid him $100,000. They only paid him for the sponsor and stuff for $100,000.
See, and I wonder if UFC gets a piece of that.
Oh shit! I hope, damn, bro, that'd be crazy as heck, bro.
Because they have no other promotion like boxers. They have all these other, promotions like Go Boy.
You get HBO money. You get certain. I don't know how they break it down.
No, it's like UFC. They're the only promoter.
Yeah.
So they control who fights who. With boxing, they have so many promoters to where it makes it.
Yeah. Welcome to MGM Grand Hotel and Casino. Brought to you by Rockstar. Party like a rock star. Yeah. HBO Showtime. That's it. In the beginning of the fight, they say all the sponsors and shit of the game. So that and that's where it comes down to. There's naming all the sponsors, so they're splitting all the money and they're giving the fighters, and that's why you walk out with 10 mil, 5 mil, whatever the case would be. Like, I guys got beat up for 15 rounds for 5 mil. I'll take that. I get in the ring every day.
Yeah, that's why Tom Ron Woodley, orchestrated that fight with Jake Paul.
What did he get? He got $1 million.
No, he got a couple. He got a couple mil.
He got a couple mil.
That was his highest payday ever.
Yeah. I mean, I hate that he talks shit, but he right. But then I just like, man, you're gonna have to eventually get knocked the fuck out because I know he's knowing that. Like Jake Paul knows if I get knocked out, it's over. Like I'm done.
Well, that fight was choreographed because if Tyron Woodley, he could have really hurt him if he
dude. Because see if you saw this. I believe Tyron got scared when he hit him, and he almost went through the ropes, and he was like, "Oh no, I fucked up. I fucked up." And then after then, he stepped back.
Yeah.
And he just like threw little punches and stuff. I think the whole thing was to get your money, make it look good. You can't knock him out. Because he almost got knocked. He was out.
Yeah, he tests his chin. He tests his jaw.
The only one I really think is actually fighting is his brother.
Jake?
Like his brother is trying to fight. Like I think like, dude, that Mayweather shit, like I don't think that was choreographed. I think he was trying to take his fucking head off.
Yeah, but if he really watched that fight, Floyd, he could have knocked him out if he wanted to. Matter of fact,
he did. He actually did.
He did knock him out, but he held him up. He's like, nah, come on. You got to make it.
And then he said he wanted to fight Tyson. I was like, bro, I don't think he can do that.
No.
Tyson already said he would fight both of them. I was like, bro, I think it ends there. I think that should be the last fight that you do.
Yeah, you should stop right there. I mean, now it's not even funny anymore. You stay away from Tyson.
You see what he did with Roy Jones?
Yeah.
After what? 20-year layoff?
10, 15 years?
Years layoff?
Yeah.
And I was scared for Roy. I was like, and then check this out. And he smoked weed before the fight to calm his ass down. That's the worst part.
I think that was the best part right there.
Well, I mean, like to me, I think that's the like Tyson has to do drugs to calm his ass down. Like, you know what I mean? Like he got away from the prescription shit because that shit was fucking him up. So now you found weed. Like, I think weed is stopping him from killing people. Because that motherfucker be smoking like a motherfucker on his podcast. Like, dude, he like Snoop Dogg on that stuff, bro.
That's a dope podcast too.
Oh yeah, that's some real shit. And nobody's gonna go over there and like, you full of shit, Tyson.
No, I'm like, yes, sir. You right. You right.
Yo, man, I remember I saw this one podcast when he went with Jake Paul and they gave him shrooms. And Tyson was like, "You a bitch." And then everybody in there was like, I don't think maybe we shouldn't have gave him shrooms. Like he was like, I'll kill you all. I'm like, oh my God. I was like, y'all messed up. I was like, y'all got to get out of the building now. Like, man, survive this. He's like, you want water? You want some water? You need some water? No, I don't need that shit. I was like, oh man. Yeah. You gotta stop messing with that man, bro. Like, I don't like he's nice now, but that motherfucker can turn real quick, bro. Still got skills, bro. Still knock you.